Good morning. Welcome to Unity. On yet another beautiful September morning, Sunday. Happy to be here with you all and with our guest speaker, Diane Albano, today. Yeah.
Live and in person.
We'll start off with this little song you can join us on wherever you are. Snuck a little Dylan in there at the end. Welcome to Sam House. Here's our platform elf this morning. Looking particularly elvish this morning.
Thank you, Roger. Good morning. Good morning here in the sanctuary. Good morning out there in the ethers. Welcome to all. Good to be here. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. We all are here today. I want to open with an opening prayer. So if you'll just make yourselves comfortable in your seats and open your hearts to receive these words. Heavenly Spirit, here with us now and always in this earthly form, peace is the play, peace is the project, peace is the practice. We are the actors in the play here and now to ensure that this project of peace, this practice of peace, is made real through our thoughts, our words, and our actions. Aware of informed and inspired by your everlasting presence. Think of patients recovering from a threatening illness, and instead of seeking or understanding symptoms of distress, let's focus on symptoms of inner peace. Here are those symptoms. A tendency to think and act deliberately rather than from fears based on past experiences. An unmistakable ability to enjoy each moment. A loss of interest in judging others. A loss of interest in judging self. A loss of interest in conflict. A loss of interest in interpreting the actions of others. A loss of ability to worry. Frequent, overwhelming episodes of appreciation. Contented feelings of connectedness with others and nature. Frequent attacks of smiling through the heart. Increasing susceptibility to kindness offered and the uncontrollable urge to reciprocate. And increasing tendency to allow things to unfold rather than resisting and manipulating. These are some important symptoms of inner peace. We affirm this on this day and every day, inspired by the blessing of Spirit manifested all around us, within us, and as us. Amen. Let's begin by affirming a new minister. Now, I know this has been a long process. I still have huge sense of expectancy and hope that the right minister is coming, and I urge you and invite you to hold this with me. Good things, I believe, are coming very soon. Here's our affirmation for our new minister. Let's say it together. Together, we affirm that we are calling in and are ready to receive a wonderful minister who is heart-centered, wise, humorous, sincere, collaborative, and well-organized, and who openly walks a spiritual path of growth, deepening consciousness, and love. Yes! And so it is, or it is so. And to ensure that that's the case, let's affirm our part of the agreement. Here we go. We affirm that we are just the right congregation for this wonderful new minister. Yes, and so it is. So, announcements. What's happening at Unity? Well, registration for Sunday is no longer requested for coming in person. Freedom! As in-person attendance has been lower than anticipated, we'll simply be asking you to sign in at the door. We may still request registration for special events. I want to welcome Diane Albano, dear friend and member of this wonderful congregation, who is here to offer words of wisdom today. We are excited and ready to learn from you. Next week, we will be joined by Patricia Pierce. She was the author of a book called Beyond Jesus. They've given me quite a long resume to look at here. I'm going to just pull some highlights from this remarkable person's life. For 17 years, Patricia served as a pastor in a sort of a conventional mainline Christian church. But in the early 2000s, following the death of a close friend, she had a spiritual awakening, an ecstatic, mystical experience, which showed her the fundamental interconnectedness of reality, the illusion of separateness, and the fallacy of the egoic self. The insights from her awakening led her beyond the bounds of conventional Christian belief, and in 2010, she left the church to embark on a vocation of writing, speaking, and teaching about The global shift into unity of consciousness. Geez, does that sound familiar to what we're all about? She's the author of 2 books, Beyond Jesus, My Spiritual Odyssey, and the other one is No One in I Land, letter I, A Parable of Awakening. She is also the host of the Evolutionary Activist podcast. Yay. We are about to begin Faith in Action spirit groups in the fall of 2021. Yay! And we heartily and warmly invite anyone to come join a spirit group this fall. These worked beautifully last year, and there's a lot of great attendance, and we look forward to more. The book we'll be reading is The Untethered Soul. When I was here on Thursday doing some work in the church, a member of an upcoming spirit group was reading that book, and I could hear constant laughing out loud. She said this is a divine book, and so I look forward to unpacking that with the rest of us. We are inviting spirit group hosts to join, people who would like to host a conversation. Now, if you're a little hesitant to be a host, just know that you're not here to teach anything in the spirit group. It's simply to hold the space for a spirit group to happen. If you want to hold that space with a second host, the 2 of you together doing it, all the better. Either way, you're invited, and we are looking for more hosts. Tonight at 7 p.m., we have a 1-song service focused on the autumn equinox. You can attend in person or join online. There are weekly Zoom meetings always. On Monday, there's a book study group at 7 p.m. around the book Divine Audacity. Thursday prayer hour is at 9 a.m. and it's for prayer and fellowship. And on Friday, there's a get-to-know-you social hour. It's informal. 7 p.m. is when it happens on Fridays. Today and every Sunday after the service ends is Sunday Fellowship. You can join us at 11:30 on Zoom, and you can find a link for that in the newsletter. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to contact the board. The number should be here. Yes, it is. Or you can email. Board members are very, very happy and willing to engage with you around any thoughts or questions or concerns you have. We also offer prayer support. We are a praying community, and the Unity Albany prayer chaplains can be located at this number, or you can email us, and the prayer chaplains will reply and respond to you. Let's focus in on the daily word. The daily word for today, Sunday, the 26th of September, let go, let God. Let go, let God. Divine love, wisdom, and understanding expressed through me. If I feel unsure of the next step in any situation, I let go and let God. I don't walk away from difficulty or try to force resolutions. Instead, I release my tight mental grip on problems and open myself to solutions. I let go of my ego's desire for control and my need to bring about specific outcomes. I believe there are solutions and remedies beyond what my mind can conceive. I yield to possibility. I trust the indwelling divine presence, just as I would trust a mentor. Letting go and letting God means creating space for the dynamic, creative energy of spirit to inspire and surprise me. Divine love, wisdom, and understanding fuel my thoughts, expressed through my words, and guide me in all ways. And from Psalms 86, verse 11, teach me your way, O Lord, that I may walk in your truth. Give me an undivided heart to revere your name. Thank you.
we'll continue with a song by our friend Mark Shepard. I have been healed on this honest rock. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Again, if you'd like to stand, you're welcome to. I've been healed on this honest rock. I've been healed on this honest rock. I've been healed on this honest rock. I am grateful just to be alive today. And I've been broken, and I've been blessed. Oh yes, I've been broken, and I've been blessed. Oh yes, I've been broken, and I've been blessed. Oh yes, I am grateful just to be alive today. If you chance to glance upon the face of God, why would you ever look away? If you chance to glance upon the face of God, why would you ever look away? Why would you ever look away? And I've been walking through the valley of the shadows. I've been walking through the valley of the shadows. I've been walking through the valley of the shadows. I am grateful just to be alive today. And I've been raised up from all of my failures. I've been raised up from all of my failures. I've been raised up from all of my failures. I am grateful just to be alive today. And if you chance to glance upon the face of God, why would you ever look away? If you chance to glance upon the face of God, why would you ever look away? Why would you ever look away? I've been healed like water for a thirsty soul. I've been healed. Sip down the bucket and the water will flow. I've been healed. And like Joshua, the walls come tumbling down. I'm grateful just to be alive today. I'm grateful. I am grateful just to be alive today. One more time. I am grateful just to be alive today. And we'll bring Sam back up.
We are grateful to be alive today, and we're grateful for Roger and the musicians. Thank you guys so much. Welcome again, and let's do our vision statement together. Let's say our vision statement together. We say, a world transformed through the spiritual awakening of all. Yes. And our mission statement, let's say this together. We awaken to and embrace the divine essence of all beings through prayer and service in our community and in the world. We start with our core values and we say it's all about love. Yes! If you will, say this with me together. We are a spirit-centered community. We warmly welcome all. We embrace diversity. We walk our talk with integrity. We are compassionate. We are joyful. We practice sacred service. And we claim spiritual abundance. Yes. Our statement of oneness. Let's say this together too, if you will. Beginning, the power of Christ's love now releases me from any sense of separation from spirit or others. There is only one presence and one power in my life and in the universe, the all-loving goodness of God. And so it is. Thank you.
So I'll lead into our time with Diane and the meditation time with this little song. Her talk encourages us to be the light, so I thought here's a good way to lead into it. Lead me to the light. I gotta keep it way up. Lead me to the light, but may I be in tune on the way there.
That's a spiritual principle right there. Be in tune.
welcome to Diane Albano.
That's good. Lead me to the light. At this time, take a moment to relax. Take a breath. Sitting comfortably in your seat, feet flat on the floor, your arms resting comfortably in your lap or by your side. Gently gaze down or close your eyes. Begin by taking a deep breath into your belly and exhaling out softly. Focusing on your breath, continuing to take a few deep breaths in and exhaling out. Scan and feel your body. Notice any areas that are tense. Breathe. Breathe into those areas and release any tightness you may have been holding. Notice holding any tightness in your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, your stomach, your legs. With conscious breath, exhale any of the worries, concerns, doubts, fears you have been carrying. Allow them to just melt into the floor and into the earth. And with each breath, taking your attention off any things that have happened so far today or the things that are yet to do. Bring all of your attention back inside your own body. And when you notice your mind wandering, gently just watch the thoughts drift and release into your next breath. You are divinely guided in all of your experiences. Letting yourself feel and expand your breath, the breath of life. Sit in this silence. Allow your inhale to take you deeper into the heart space, allowing the breath and exhale to shine a light into the inner space of your divine self, all that is. Connect with your heart space to know and feel the magnificence of your being, your essence, where you can access all the wisdom, resources, creativity, brilliance, and love. And with each breath, letting yourself fully be here, to be fully present, turning towards your deeper desires, your yearnings, your intentions, your commitments to yourself, connecting to all parts of you, spirit, the God self within, that is powerful, wise, loving, who shows up for other people as an amazing parent, friend, partner, coworker. Turn all that love and power and compassion towards yourself and expanding outwards beyond the space you are in. Continually returning into the breath, the heart center. A great light exists there. You may see a flicker, a spark. Notice without judging, just be aware. Offer this loving heart center forgiveness for not shining as brightly as it can. Being gentle and compassionate with yourself, for up until now, not trusting or believing your light is ever so powerful, unwavering, and supporting your soul's purpose. Breathe into that light. See yourself, see the light, the love of your loved ones, community in the world. Take a moment to simply breathe and let your light radiate, true, shine. And as we honor ourselves in this love and light of God, contemplate a quote by Anne Lamott. Lighthouses don't go running all over the island looking for the boats to save. They just stand there shining. The most important thing you can do is be love. Be you. Fully connected to your deep inner light, your inner spirit, being your own lighthouse. Continue to feel the light and breathe in, release, trusting you are of divine mind, heart, and soul. And as we begin to come back to this moment, take a moment to thank your light and love. Remember you are divinely guided and blessed. Embrace your light, your love, and carry it with you as you go about your day. And when you're ready, come back into this moment, eyes open, moving your feet and your hands. And so it is. Good morning, everyone. I am very grateful to be here. I'm Diane Albano. I've been coming to Unity Church for a number of years. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience as a daughter, mother, friend, coworker, educator, life coach, and author. I welcome everyone in the sanctuary and everyone on YouTube. When Roger first asked me if I would speak today, I took a deep breath and I said, I'll get back to you. I immediately found all of my typical thoughts of, I don't know if I could have the same kind of speech and presentation as some of the people who have come here who are nationally known. I don't know if I can do that. Am I good enough? It was amazing to see how, even with all the work that we do, we are still having those thoughts, those patterns of thoughts that question and have us step up and be who we are. So I thank you for that, because it was a divine appointment. And I whispered to myself, you are far greater than your circumstances, you can do this. And then I thought, okay, I have the name of the talk. You're far greater than your circumstances. I can take it from here. So with that, I was very grateful. And I also am happy to have an opportunity to work with some of you as I facilitated some of our Prosperity Plus classes in the church that were designed by Mary Morrissey, who was a Unity minister and is a renowned speaker, coach. I attended some of her programs. And she also served as a spiritual mentor for me. Mary would offer powerful statements and use certain phrases that would interrupt my old patterns of thinking, such as, I would say, I can't do this. This is too hard. I don't want to do this. This will never happen. And I would have my friends, and of course, we would all kind of commiserate, and so we all agreed with one another, this isn't going to happen. So the phrase that she used was, up until now. Okay, up until now, which was a pattern interrupt for your conscious thinking. Like, up until now, I haven't been able to do that, but maybe I could. It really provides a moment for your subconscious to open and pause and allow some different kind of energy to come in. Because up until now, you have already thought a certain way, and unless something comes in, then you're not going to change that way of thinking. It does allow you to take a breath. So up until now, I've never been able to stay on a food plan. Up until now, I wasn't able to walk 10,000 steps. So there were a lot of things that I said up until now. The other question she presented was, what if you could? What if I could? I don't want to get up in the morning. I'm pretty comfortable. I don't want to go out to exercise early. But what if you could? Again, it interrupts your thinking. So I would ask for you to think about, how many conversations do you have going on in your mind, and you're telling yourself a story, and ask yourself, what if I could? So I present that to you. Possibility is far beyond your circumstances. We need to be open to it. The truth is, and the Course of Miracles teaches us, that we are all one. We are all energy. We are God. Some of us resonate with different words as the universe, divine mind, higher power. Whatever word really resonates for you, take it into your heart and be with that, and that is your truth. Unity offers an opportunity for truly to discover who we are and to connect with our God self. I know it did for me. I was raised Catholic. I was one of those little girls that had heaven up here and the God up in the sky, and definitely outside of myself was where all of God was. And even now, sometimes do you find yourself looking up when you say, thank God? I mean, it's a habit. It's a pattern. Think about that. If you're looking up, where are you? You're here. We took a lot of teachings on as if they were the truth. If you can identify with the fact that you've had God at one point in your life, up until now, being outside of you, and now we have evolved more spiritually, then we're allowing ourselves to say, that wasn't true. And now this is the truth, that we are one. We are God. God is in us. The world today is not easy. It's very difficult to keep our spiritual self alive and well when we get very consumed with our thinking and the devastation and the loss and the tragedies that are happening all around us. Although each one of us experiences a circumstance, as a collective, we all have stories, yet we all have similar feelings. We have the sadness. We've all had loss. We've all had betrayal. We've all had the grief and anger. We've all had challenges, debilitating health experiences either for ourselves or for others, financial stress. Reverend Michael Beckwith from Agape International Spiritual Center shared, in order to be a harbinger, a forerunner of the next emergence of humanity on this planet, you have to carry the frequency of what is trying to emerge. Your frequency is your currency. I thought, your frequency is your currency. In the Prosperity Plus program, we talked about currency, and oftentimes we think about it as just being money. We think about, and then we learn, okay, let's expand it by saying prosperity and abundance and wealth. And all of those words, I don't know if any of you have a little tug at some of them and saying, well, I don't quite get that. That's, our fear and our conversation and our belief up until now triggers us. Wealth, prosperity, abundance are all mindsets. It's a way of thinking. We initially attach a thought to only money, but it's far beyond. If our frequency is in fear, scarcity, doubt, judgment, devastation, then the currency, the vibration you will share with others will be there. So it's very difficult at times to move ourselves when we are kind of in thinking lack and despair. When we practice that old pattern of thinking, which we all learned very well, it permeates our being, and we get overwhelmed, and we can feel not enough, and we can question ourselves, and we may feel judged. We may feel we don't fit in. We may feel alone. And sadly, some move more deeply into depression and despair. One story that's not in my book, The Art of Being Nice, Own Your Voice for Greater Fulfillment. Some copies are in the library. It's about a single parent who had a young son in his high school years who really, he was witty and humorous and good-hearted and intelligent, and those high school years were very, very difficult, and he found himself not feeling he fit in, that he felt different. He didn't believe what people were really telling him because they didn't align with how he saw the world. And of course, his mother was absolutely frantic because he wasn't attending school, and she would call the teachers and she would call the counselors, and they would fight in the morning about getting up and are you going to go to school? And he'd promise he'd go to school the next day, and she would think, what have I done wrong and what more could I be doing? And there was always this frenetic energy about trying to fix it and make it better. Well, some of you know that this story is my son, and it's my story. And this was a very difficult time in our lives, but I would say I was very grateful when someone said to me, Diane, you need to surrender. You need to surrender to God. This is not yours to carry. He has his own higher power. He has his own choice to make. This cannot be yours. You cannot carry this. Those are very deep-seated words, But when it's your son, it's your only son, and you want something so badly, I had said, well, I've been praying to God. I've been begging. And they just smiled and they said, let go and let God. So today's daily word was perfect. Surrender. Do we really surrender when we say we know it's not within our framework to do? That really took a long time, and we went a long journey. It really felt like that dark night of the soul. But I do have the light at the end of that tunnel there. And he is today a very loving son and father and husband, so I am really very happy and proud of him. We all have stories like this. I've come to learn that God truly does not give us more than we can handle. It becomes our ability to respond, being willing to listen to that small voice, being willing to trust. We say we trust, but then we take it back. Expansiveness of thought. If we expand our thinking, this is where we come into gratitude, being grateful for every circumstance that comes to us, be it we wanted it or not. That is a chore. That's not easy, but it is a new way of thinking. We have not been trained to think that way. We've been trained how to handle devastation and know how to fix it and rise to the occasion. But inside, it's really about surrendering and trusting that we are far greater than our circumstances because we are not alone. Michael Beckwith said, "Problems are simply feedback on where we need to grow. We can shine light into places on ignorance where we are inhibiting the flow of life from coming into our life. We truly are spiritual beings having a human experience. Charles and Myrtle Fillmore were the pioneers of challenging a system of thought and healing. And Myrtle healed herself as she released and let go of her fear thoughts. We do know that where our attention goes, the energy flows. What if it could be different? What about if we can be more prosperous and abundant? What if we could? What if we stopped multitasking and being married to fear and worry and listened to some of the inside? The sanctuary says, peace be still. We need to still the busy, frenetic thoughts and listen. I love the fishing story in the Bible. As fishermen, their livelihood, obviously, the disciples went out and fished all the time. And one night they went out and they came back in and they didn't get anything. And while they're out there, and of course they're human beings, you can imagine they were not happy campers. And they probably complained and said, why me? And why is this happening to me? And I need this for my livelihood and this fish, and I've always fished this way. And can you hear that conversation? And we all have that conversation. I've always done it this way. I've always manifested. Everything's fine. Well, when they came back, there was a man on the beach that they didn't recognize as Jesus. And when he asked how they did, they said, we didn't get anything. And he said, you need to put the net on the right side of the boat. Now, they went back out and they thought about that. But I want to say, this is not just a physical recommendation. This was about a change in perception. They had always been doing it a certain way, and they'd always manifested. How many times have we always done something, and all of a sudden now it doesn't work anymore? All right? Now, that can be with our family and our friends and at work or whatever. Yet, putting it on the other side of the boat. And we do know that gloriously when they did that and they went back out to sea, they brought in, they had more fish than they could haul in their net. This is your life. You are fishing. Put your net on the other side of the boat. I have a few phases of circumstances that I want to share. The first one we just talked about, it happened to me. Anyone relate to that? It happens to me. Why does my hot water heater for my car went? Why is my family member giving me a difficult time? It's happening to me. We've all been there. We've all played victim. We've been in that play. The next one is by me. And actually, the daily word, let go and let God, by me, we take responsibility and we let go and we give it to God. This is not something I can carry. I really am turning it over. We create a space for spirit to come in. And that by me is the forgiveness. You forgive. You can forgive others. Forgive yourself. And honestly, at times, we need to forgive God because we have not always believed that things could be true and that he could be there for us. So there's forgiveness. And then there are times that it's for me. We may have some catastrophic thing happen. We know in the world, certainly there's a lot of things beyond our control. The circumstances are beyond our comprehension, and yet we have to embrace it and see that there is some good in there for us. And oftentimes that's very difficult to see a loved one or yourself have a devastating illness and say that this is for me. But inside there is something for you to learn, something for you to grow on. The next phase would be through me. Being a companion with God, that together you're in a partnership with one another. It's like plugging in into an electrical outlet. You plug into the in the circuit, and you don't question whether the light's going to go on. You just plug it in and you turn it on. We have to trust that the light is there for us. And the last one is as me. And all of us have experienced as me when we look at a sunset. We get lost in the moment. We absolutely get lost, and we don't think about anything, and we are one. Sometimes this happens in meditation. It can happen. But these phases come and go. We go up and down, but they are all dealing with our circumstances. One of Unity principles support through affirmative prayer and meditation. I connect with God and bring out the good in my life. There is a beautiful passage in chapter 8 in the Course of the Course of Love. It supports my talk this morning, and it talks about two systems. Everything is held together by a thought system. One system is the thought of God, the thought of love. The other thought system is the thought of ego, the separated self. The thought system of the separated self sees everything in separation. The thought system of God sees everything in unity. The thought system of God is one continuous creation, rebirth, and renewal. And the ego's thought system is one of destruction, decay, disassembly. And yet, how alike they are to one another. And for me, it helps for me to remember that I truly have the freedom to choose. In closing, we know that our unity principle is that God is good and active in everything and everywhere and everyone. Love and acceptance, trust, forgiveness, gratitude are truly an inside job. We are responsible for our thoughts and our choices. It is stressful when we feel like a victim and letting the outside world dictate who we are. Even the biggest hurdle has had some light and opening for gratitude. Someone supporting you during these times, that there is some gratitude to be had and to have us feel lighter. Embrace your light and make it welcome. Be the light, as in the meditation. Breathe in love and light. Allow yourself to lean into the divine being you are in the midst of all the chaos in your heart and in your mind. What if you were willing to take a few minutes to embrace that everything is exactly the way it is to be? Trust that we are divinely guided, and know and trust that you are far greater than any circumstances, and you are not alone. It's been an honor today to have this opportunity to share my love and my light, and I hope that we all take our love and light, bring it home to your family, your friends, and extend it to the world. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Diane. By the way, you may not know this. I didn't know this. But Diane has a book called The Art of Being Nice, Own Your Voice for Greater Fulfillment. One of the reasons you don't know about it is it came out in 2020. So we have copies up here, and feel free. Well, this song is about those circumstances in our life that we are greater than, and about remembering where you put your capo, and about trust, about walking in trust toward the light. So sing this with you together. Those of you in the room, if you'd like to stand, you're welcome to do that. My feet are strong, my eyes are clear, but I cannot see the way from here. Yet on we go, you know the way, and in your arms you keep me safe. Fear not, keep on, watch and pray, walk in the light of God's highway.
The shadows flee, the valley is deep, but evil cannot conquer me. Your rod and your staff, they protect me. You give me rest, you give me peace. Fear not, keep on, watch and pray, walk in the light of God's highway.
I see a shore from these troubled seas, this tiny ship that carries me. It is not yet,
But it will be, so heaven come, it's you we need. Fear not, keep on, watch and pray, walk in the light of God's highway. I'm holding on to you, Lord. You're holding on to me. I'm holding on to you, Lord.
So I want to thank our friend Dennis Guyon, who joins us this morning. As you can see, he's a very versatile musician up here. And I want to really recommend next week that you tune in for Patricia Pierce. And we have some wonderful speakers this past year. And I feel like in my top 5 was Patricia's message back in June, which you can go back and listen to if you'd like in preparation for next Sunday. But do join us, whether right here in the room. She'll be zooming in from Philly. Let's see. Okay, this was our offering time. As you may know, we're not doing a physical take up the offering thing in the church. There's a red box off the lobby there. You'll see it hanging on the wall where you can put offering. And you may have already done this online, and those of you tuning in, you know how to do it as well. Mail it in, or PayPal, or Vanco, whatever works best for you. But we want to just express gratitude for all that we have and all that we're able to give. And we'll do that by saying together our offering blessing. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We are blessed to know that Spirit is our source. Thank you, Father, Mother, God.
And so it is. Amen.
This evening we have a one-song service at 7. The fall equinox was just a few days ago, so it feels like it would be okay to still celebrate that. And we'll do that tonight.
Bless the children.
And we'll say our blessing now for the youth. Bring those youth to mind in your life. Hold them before you and express your love for them with your heart with these words together.
God loves you and accepts you just the way you are. And I love you and accept you just the way you are. I behold the Christ you are.
We allow them to say that back to us in the silence. Amen. So it is. And then we have our prayer for protection, or the new version, the new 2021 version of the prayer for protection. Let's say it together. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. I am divine. So it is. We have another Mark Shepard song as our closing song, but don't go away when this is over, because we have another little
We even got to put
little
sunglasses on.
surprise. But here we go. We shall live in light. God is light. We are light. Sing. We shall live in light. God is light. We are light. Oh, hey, ya, hey, ya, hey, ya. Oh, hey, ya, hey, ya, hey, ya. Joy. We shall live in joy. God is joy. We are joy. We shall live in joy. God is joy. We are joy. Oh, hey, ya, hey, ya, hey, ya. Oh, hey, ya, hey, ya, hey, ya. Love. We shall live in love. God is love. We are love. light. Here we go. We shall live in light. God is light. We are light. We shall live in light. God is light. We are light. All right. Oh, hey, ya, hey, ya, hey, ya. Oh, hey, ya, hey, ya. One more. Hey, ya. Oh, hey, ya, hey, ya, hey, ya. Yay. All right. Well, every now and then we think, we should really try to do this particular song. And we pull it out, we practice it a little, it doesn't quite gel. And then Gerri brought it up recently, and this week we thought, well, we'll start working on it. And yeah. Oops, I got to take the other ones off first.
It makes them sound better.
Yeah, just helps the sound.
You might slip, you know you might slide, you might stumble by the roadside, but don't you ever let nobody drag your spirit down. Don't let nobody drag your spirit down. Remember you're walking up to heaven. Don't let nobody turn you around.
Walk with the rich, walk with the poor, learn from everyone, that's what life is for. But don't you ever let nobody drag your spirit down.
Don't let nobody drag your spirit down.
You know we're walking up to heaven, don't let nobody turn you around.
Some say yes, some say no. Some people wait to see the way the wind will blow. But don't you ever let nobody drag your spirit down. Don't let nobody drag your spirit down. Yeah, you're walking up to heaven. Don't let nobody turn you around.
Lay it down, Dennis. I might say things that sound strange to you. I might preach the gospel. I believe that it's true. Don't you ever let nobody drag your spirit down.
Don't let nobody drag your spirit down.
We will be walking up to heaven. Don't let nobody turn you around.
Walk through the valley, climb the mountaintop. This little journey, you ain't never gonna stop. Don't you let nobody drag your spirit down. Don't let nobody drag your spirit down. Yeah, you're walking up to heaven. Don't let nobody turn you around.
Yes, we're walking up to heaven. Don't let nobody turn you around.
That was fun.
Oh, it was fun. So great big namaste to y'all. Have a great week.
Hallelujah, anyhow.